Chelsea have found a replacement for Moises Caicedo. Lesley Ugochukwu, 28 million euros. Here we go. But is he the replacement? Because Fabrizio says, no, he's not. Let's get in. Welcome to the Kavkas View, brother. Okay, I hope you guys having a wonderful weekend because I was at a family barbecue yesterday. It was my girl's birthday. We were having a great time. My phone's blowing up. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? Well, it's very simple. Chelsea, out of nowhere, have purchased Lesley Ugochukwu. A lot of you, like me, most probably have no clue who he is. But what am I going to do for you guys? Well, me being me, I've got a lot of friends that watch the French league. Individuals that love the French league from head to toe. That is their league to go to. They don't even watch the Premier League. They love to watch the French league because they're French and they live in France. So what did I do? I went and got the profile of the player, his strengths, his weaknesses, and broke down what they think he can bring to Chelsea. What Chelsea are missing. So stay tuned. I will break it down. I'll also give you the details behind the signing, why Chelsea are doing it, and how this links with the Caicedo deal, and it's positive news. But what I need from you guys in return for this, well, number one, I need you lot to hit the like button because you guys have been smashing it recently and we all appreciate it here at the Kavkas View. Number two, I need you lot to subscribe. We are creeping ever so closer to 29,000. And thirdly, I want to do something to you guys. Thank you very much because we're 12,000 away from hitting a goal of this channel. 300,000 views in a month. 12,000 in 2 days is more than attainable. We can do this and I want to thank you in advance. Now, time to give you guys the in-depth detail that you've all been looking for. But first, let me bring you up to date with what happened yesterday. So, let's get into this. Lesley Ugochukwu, I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, my friend. Once I hear the commentator say it a few times, I will learn on the pronunciation and respect you by saying your name correctly. But from now on, I'm just going to call him on a first name basis, even though we don't know each other. Lesley. Lesley's an under 21 France international. He's 19 years old. He has had a lot of comparisons to Patrick Vieira in the early forms of it. But let me give you the facts. What do we know? We know that 28 million euros is what it took for Chelsea to acquire him from Rennes. Fabrizio Romano, and the news broke in France with RMS and Hawkins. Once again, that individual in France was the first one I saw to break the news. He said Chelsea were in detail, and now he has confirmed that Chelsea have had a medical with him and the player has passed the medical and is close to signing for Chelsea. It's all but done where the player holds the t-shirt up. This deal is 28 million on a long-term contract. It's an individual that's going to come into Chelsea and we don't know whether he's going to stay or go to Strasbourg. That is something that needs to be compiled. Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio Romano, and all the other journalists that are usually in the know, ITKs, they don't know what's going to happen with his future. What does this tell me though? He fits the profile of what Winstanley and Lawrence have been actively trying to acquire at Chelsea. They've been trying to go after the 19-year-old players, and what I've really noticed is both of them come from the school of Rangnick. If any of you know who Rangnick is, he's the former Manchester United manager, but the individual that is being credited with almost making Red Bull, Salzburg and Leipzig and the Brazilian entity becoming who they are. They actively go and secure players on the first 2 years of their first 2 terms of their contract. So the initial contract they get after they leave the youth team, and the second contract they get after that. They don't believe in chasing individuals after that contract purely based on the fact that 1, they're just getting paid too much, and 2, they believe the hunger level is gone. And if you look at the way we've been doing business, we've been doing a similar model. Every player we've signed since the new recruitment staff has come in has been flowing through that chain of command. First contract or second contract. Third contracts don't exist. Could that be a problem in the future? Most probably could. If you guys want me to do a video on the pros and cons of this method, please in the comments below, let me know your thoughts, because I'm happy to make a video on it. It's something that would be very interesting for me to research. I just need to know the demands there. But now, let's break down the pros and cons of Lesley. So, as I said to you guys in the start, I've only seen clips of this player. I don't watch the Uber Eats League. I don't watch Liga 1. Like, the only teams that I watch in Liga 1 is Lyon, PSG, and PSG because they're usually on a Sunday night where I'm chilling out. I'm watching a little bit of Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. I'm just indulging in the talents that they are. But I've got a friend, his name's Babs, and his Twitter's in a handle, so if you guys want to go follow him on Twitter. He is somebody that loves football, and he loves football for different reasons to me. I love football because I'm invested into Chelsea. I'm invested into the club. I love everything the club does. I am critical at times, but he's a student of the game. And when I tell you he's a student in the game, I mean he loves to find talent where no one else finds. For example, he told me about Angelo, he told me about Santos, he went and told me about Nicholas Jackson. All these players he knows about. And how I know he knows about it is because of the detail that he comes back to me whenever I ask questions. There's no way someone can do all that research as soon as the interest is arised publicly. He knows straight away. So if you guys want to follow an account that is so in the loop and tells you players 6 months in advance, because he told me about this guy 6 months in advance. But the number of players he tells me, I can't keep up with everyone. I'll be honest. I've got evidence that he told me about him 6 months in advance. So let me tell you what he told me. He said throughout his youth career, he was a number 8. He was a box-to-box player. They carried the ball well, intelligent. When he came through to the first team, Rennes started to use him in the 6th role. They believed that due to his intelligence and reading of the game, and Babs also reiterated that. And an Athletic article once reported that a top 6 clubs scout was saying his intelligence is one of the best he's seen in Europe. He's one of the best intelligent players at disrupting play purely based on his positional awareness and his ability to read the game really well. Furthermore, he also said he's rangy and strong, and that really aids his ability on the attacking end. Carries the ball past players very easily, very dominant, very imposing. Babs went on to say one of the things that really worries him about Lesley is the fact that his passing range on the statistic websites isn't great. This could be attributed to the fact that he played as a 6 at Rennes and has not got the responsibility of using the ball well. There have been glimpses and incidents where he has displayed potential of passing range, availability to carry the ball and drill it in tight space. However, due to a limited role, we are going to struggle to see that come up on the stat sheet due to a volume of frequency. But it's something we can develop. He's 19 years old. Why can we develop it? Well, firstly, he's got a futsal background. The kid has played a lot of futsal in his life. What does futsal do? And for those of you that don't know, futsal is a more intense version of five-a-side football. It's a smaller pitch, it's smaller goals, it's the ability to move the ball in tight spaces. You basically don't have more than 2-3 touches. Like literally, the ball flows around. If any of you have ever watched hockey and the way the ball just moves around in coordination and everything is in sync, futsal is very similar to that. The way futsal is pass and move, pass and move. It's very different to 11-a-side football and even 5-a-side football. It forces your touch, your ability to use different sides of your feet, whether it's the sole, whether it's the toe poke, whether it's the lace, in a different manner. So if he's got this, his technical ability must be there. That is very encouraging. One thing that Babs said is a strong point from Lesley is his aerial ability. And I think this is very interesting. And I think a lot of you are going to like. He said the stat sheet is really highlighted. He's in the 99th percentile for aerial duels won. Reason being, he's tall, he's strong, but he's an athlete. He's an individual that will dominate in the air, and he's someone that's perfect to put next to Enzo long term. Enzo will be able to have the protection. He'll also be able to play off him perfectly and win the knockdowns after the guy wins the initial header. And this is something that Chelsea are really lacking, whether it's from a defensive front or whether it's an attacking front to attack corners. I really think since Kurt Zuma, we've really lost the impetus. We used to be a team with Gary Cahill, Branislav Ivanovic, John Terry, attacking corners and scoring a lot of goals. Then we went through a phase where a lot of it was purely down to Kurt Zuma. And once Kurt Zuma went, I think we've really lacked in that area. We've had a lot more technical players, a lot more softer players where it's more of the art of the game rather than the physical attributes of the game that were rewarded. So it'll be nice to see what it develops into. What was very nice as well, Babs said that the individual can play in a back 3 in the middle due to, once again, his intelligence. However, in the long term, he is a CDM. Like, he is going to be a CDM, and the technical ability is there to develop. That was very encouraging for me. So guys, what do we know right now? We know that this kid's gonna come in. He's 19 years old. It is worrying that he is 19 because Poch has literally been asking for individuals that are experienced. He never said older, he said experienced. Experience could be a Moises Caicedo type of player that has played nearly 100 games in first team football, and someone that has played for his country many times. That's how you generate experience. Fabrizio Romano has also stipulated that we do not need to worry about Moises Caicedo. This is not linked to Moises Caicedo. This is our extensive way of scouting players. This is what Chelsea have been doing, and Chelsea are going to continue to do, where they see a talent, they say he's good, we're going to get him, and we're not going to miss out on the player. There are rumors that Brighton were looking at him. We don't know whether that is true. That is pure speculation. But I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm an expert on Lesley Ugochukwu, but I am going to tell you my boy Babs knows a lot more than I do. And I went to Babs and I asked him straight up. He sent me 3 voice notes, 1 minute each, breaking this player down into details. I've put it into a nice concise video for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out, I'm out. Adios amigos.